I had a question on my YouTube channel about the TC Helicon H1. It's a fantastic pedal. It does harmony parts for you. So when you sing with your vocal mic, la 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 la, it sticks some harmonies for you. And that's fine. But it needs to see, or rather hear, the major third and the root, or the minor third and the root. That's all it needs to see, is two notes going in the input. So if you're playing guitar, all it needs to do is see two of those notes to determine what the chord is and therefore what the harmony is through your microphone. And that's fine until you're maybe a brass player or a string player like live violin or flute, and you want to be able to harmonise your parts on stage. We have lots of bands now who use backing tracks which have original samples or whatever that come out of your speakers, and then a click track that the drummer will have in their in-ear monitoring, so everything is kept in check. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to harmonise out live, especially if you're a monophonic instrumentalist? Let's have a look. So as I said just now, la la la, you can have your harmonies there, which means that you can play anything into it. It doesn't matter what instrument it is. I'm not a flautist. Or a string player. So you can have all of those parts going there. However, you've got no control over the harmony because it's just on C at the moment. It's not playing a G minor or a B flat major or anything that might be in your song. So what I've done is, with the aid of a sort of scrap of paper, I've made up a chord chart. Now the chords do go around the houses a bit, so you can't use the manual mode like you can on sort of more simple tunes. The H1 has this ability to set a major key, which is actually quite useful if you are a monophonic instrumentalist. But the trouble is, if the song wanders a bit, then you've kind of had it. Now on your screen you can see GarageBand for iOS. At the top I've got a drum track, which is for the drummer. I've got so these little blue blocks here, and they are the cues, so verse 2, 3, 4, chorus 2, 3, so that you know where you are in the song. Really handy. I've also got a chord track, so if you look below you can see the electric piano track, and then just for the purposes of this demonstration I've got a bass line as well. Now what I need to do with GarageBand is to send the cues and the drum rhythm to one of my sides, left, and then the chords to the right hand side. I've just set the chords in the middle at the moment so you can hear how the backing track goes, so you can hear what the drummer and the Helicon pedal will hear. Ignore the bass line, I will mute that in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now those chords are just electric piano held chords. These are simply the reference for your pedal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the chords to the right hand channel, so you won't hear them anymore. All you'll hear is the bass drums 1, 2, and cue. 3, 4. This means that the pedal is now receiving all of that harmony. So assuming that you play along with the chord chart, you should be able to harmonise some parts. Let's have a go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc, etc. I could do this with the violin parts. You should find that the strings will work with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. having this backing track, you've got the chords and the drum rhythm. You're hearing everything at the moment, drum rhythm and cues, but you're not hearing the chords because they're going straight into your harmony pedal. Now, you don't really want to hear those sort of chords on stage really, but it is just a reference point so that the pedal will know where you are. Now, what you can also do is you can send the chords and your vocal mic, you can send everything to a mixing desk and then decide what you want to send to the pedal using auxiliary outputs. So you can sort of rig it that way. If you look on the floor, you can see the pedal itself. I've got a mic in, which is this mic here, the mic out, which goes to the mixing desk, and then you've got these two jacks, one with the red cable that goes into the pedal. That's the right hand side of my iPad of GarageBand, and then the left hand side goes to the DI box, and that is the cues and the drum rhythm and the bass line, which will then go to your mixing desk, and from there you can send anything you like to the to anyone on stage. Now, if you have multiple harmony pedals on stage, if each of you has got one, which would be quite handy, you can actually come out of the left hand side of the Helicon as if you were a guitarist and plugging it into your amp. You can then daisy chain other harmony pedals up to that, and then you can all decide whether you want to harmonize or not. This is really handy for small bands, or if you just want to get the most out of just a few players on stage, but also have that flexibility. You're not just tied to your backing track. So there we are. There is a solution to actually quite a big problem when you're dealing with small bands and you just want to make it sound fuller.